In fact, let's go ahead and zoom on in right now into the Athens area. We can see just moving past Athens, going in towards the Etowah area. Farther south, just moving past Cleveland. Where you see these little bows at, and these are these two regions that we were just talking about, that's where we're seeing the strongest winds, and that's where we're seeing 50, 55 miles an hour as they continue to push through the area.
All right, that'll do it for Jason and myself today. Greg, back to you in the studio.
I saw that, Jason.
These showers are part of a larger system that's continuing to sweep through the southeastern United States. As we pull the map out just a bit, you can see shower activity extending all the way back down into Mississippi, even further south into Texas. Yeah, I stepped outside on the break and it was just one of those raw, dreary winter days that you just want to curl up in a blanket and stay in bed for, but unfortunately it's a work day for most of us, so yeah, that's not the option. However, your weekend is coming up, so let's see what your weather's going to be like as you try and sleep in for tomorrow and Sunday.
Look at that Storm Track 9 radar shows we're continuing to see a line of showers moving from Crossville down through Meigs County and McMinn County over in towards Ray, Hamilton, and Bradley, and into northwest Georgia. As we zoom into the north here, we can see the heaviest showers right now currently moving through Spring City and Dayton, pushing off to the northeast. So folks from Harbor Hill over to Decatur and Athens within the next 30 minutes, this is going to be heading on into your area. Farther down to the south, we can see folks in Hamilton and Bradley County, at least eastern Hamilton at the moment, are seeing these showers move on through. Folks in Cleveland will see it within the next 10 to 15 minutes, and then farther to the east, we do expect Ball Play, Etowah, Ducktown, and further areas to the east in Polk County to see these showers. And really, they're showers. We're not seeing a lot of thunder and lightning with these, but we are seeing very gusty winds ahead of this front. Folks in northwest Georgia and then in eastern Tennessee are seeing winds in excess of 50 miles an hour with this storm. Now, to put that in perspective, you need to be 58 or higher to be a severe thunderstorm. So you're almost there, but not quite. Lafayette, Chickamauga, the heaviest rains are about to move into your area. Same for folks in Tryon, over to Ringgold, Tunnel Hill, and Dalton. We're seeing those continuing to move along and into your direction as well. If we want to go ahead and put some times on this for you, we can see that as you move off to the east-northeast at about 40 miles per hour, we are going to be seeing this cell move through the area of Lafayette, really right now, and into Linwood as well. Tunnel Hill within the next 20 minutes, and then as we go into Dalton, the next 25 minutes. So this system is going to continue to move off to the east-northeast at about 40 miles an hour. And once again, it's not severe, but it is very strong as it pushes through with very high winds of around 50 to 55 miles per hour. 7-day forecast shows after this, because we're in the 70s right now, we are going to fall to about 62 by the noon hour, and then after we get into the evening hours, back into the 50s. So go ahead and take that jacket to work today. You will need it, not for the morning, but for by the time you're heading on home. Temperatures tomorrow morning waking up in the upper 30s across the region, so you'll want the jacket again. And then by the afternoon, you shouldn't need it with mid-60s and plenty of sunshine. More of the same for your Sunday, just a little warmer near 70. And then clouds will slowly start to creep back in Monday and Tuesday before our next rainmaker arrives Tuesday night through Wednesday morning.
Beth Newhoff also paying attention to the roads because they are slick right now. She'll have an update for us coming up. Thank you, Jason, for that look at our weather.
It's about as hot as a griddle out there, Jason.
It really is. That's warm. That's a really good segue. I like that one. I mean, but really, it feels like an oven out there, and it's going to continue to be that way as we go throughout the next several days because, well, it's just hot. In fact, that's pretty much the first headline out there. Is it's still hot. Very Temperatures hot across the region, 92 now in Chattanooga, 86 in Monteagle, 85 in Dayton, 96 degrees in Athens right now. They've seen triple-digit heat index values almost all afternoon. Even Rome is at 90 and 94 in Calhoun. And even if you're not in the 90s, you're still in the upper 80s, even for those higher elevations. Murphy, you're at 89, 84 over into Blairsville, and we're not the only ones dealing with it. 92 in Huntsville, 92 in Nashville. Factor in that heat index, both those places feel like 97, feels like 94 here in Chattanooga, and all that hot weather out west, that's moving our way. So by the time we get to tomorrow, you too can expect those heat index values in the upper 90s. Temperatures today, we actually got into the 60s this morning. That was a nice surprise. Got down to 69 degrees. This afternoon, we've topped out hourly at 92 degrees. And the winds, not really helping at this point. They're trying 7 miles an hour from the southwest, but at this time, they're really just bringing in more hot air. So we kind of want those winds to actually die down just a bit, but it's not going to happen. Overnight, maybe, but tomorrow they're going to be back 5 to 10 miles an hour, giving us more hot air. Storm Track 9 satellite radar shows we had those few showers that popped up over Bledsoe and Sequatchie counties. They've since fizzled on out. For the most part, activity has been very limited today. And the main reason is most of the storms in the mountains actually were this morning, so they kind of used up the energy from the atmosphere. The other reason, high pressure hasn't budged. Still over the Carolinas, still close enough to give us, for the most part, sinking air. That's why we're not seeing more showers and storms develop. But Over the course of the next few days, slowly but surely it's going to inch its way back out into the Atlantic. As it does so, that's going to open the door for a bit more moisture to return and a bit more shower activity as well. We mentioned that heat index. You're definitely going to feel it. 98 for tomorrow, 98 for Thursday, 98 for Friday. Some areas like Athens, as we saw today, will reach into those triple digits, and we're going to stay that way through the weekend with 97s. Now, we're not in the red zone yet, so we're not in the danger category, but we are in the orange. So use a lot of extra caution if you have outdoor jobs, if you're going to be outdoors for long periods of time. Definitely this is the week that you want to use a lot of water. Take your shade breaks. Just keep yourself safe out there. Tonight you're looking at 71 degrees. Fair skies, very muggy. You can feel that air as you step outside tomorrow morning, and by the afternoon it's just hot again. 94 degrees. You're going to feel like the upper 90s to low 100s across the region, and if you don't like this weather, you're really going to hate the next week. 94 for Wednesday, 95 for Thursday, 94 again for Friday, and we're going to stick with the low 90s for your weekend and on into early next week. But as we mentioned, don't let those temperatures fool you. They may be going down, but dew points are going up. That means more moisture, and that means it's actually going to feel even hotter. Yay.
More heat. All right. Thank you, Jason.
I got no good news for you. Sorry.
That's all right.
Meteorologist Jason Disharoon joined us from outside our studio. Jason.
Yeah, that's right. With temperatures dipping back into the teens overnight, traveling on the roads could be dangerous. But if you do, here's some things you need to know if you hit one of these slick spots. Now, if you do have to get out and about in this mess, there are some basic things that you really do want to keep in mind before driving on the roads. First off, clean off the windshield. You're going to have a lot of snow on that, and you're going to want to take some time for it to come on off. The good news is most of this is powder snow, so it should just wipe right off, but take the ice scraper to it if you need to, and make sure you have a clear vision on not only your windshield, but also your windows as well. Once again, it's a powder snow, so really all you should have to do is roll that window down. The other thing you want to do as soon as you get in the vehicle, once you crank it up, go ahead and put it into that lower gear. I'm going to go ahead and put mine into second, which should be fine for the roads that I'm going to be on throughout this trip to the grocery store. Now, when you're faced with a hill like this, the biggest mistake people make is they actually go too slow. And while yes, you want to go slow and use caution on these slick roads, you also need to maintain enough speed to keep your momentum going up the hill so you can make it to the top without sliding back to the bottom. Once you're on the main road, you want to stay in the lines of the other cars who have already come before you. This is a pretty well-traveled road, Highway 58 at 153, and you can clearly see the groove marks from where the cars have already gone. Now, if you can stay in those, the odds of you hitting an eye spot are much less. Now, we're here at the grocery store, and I'm actually going to go inside and buy some kitty litter to show you a neat trick to get out of an icy situation. Now that you have the kitty litter in front of the tire, it gives it enough traction to grip the kitty litter and eventually move forward, unlike what you could do with the ice. The ice was just too slick, your tire couldn't grip. The kitty litter allows your tire to grip and get the vehicle in motion. Once it's in motion, it's a lot easier to stay in motion. And once again, we do want to reiterate, those are some things you should do if you have to go outside. But the rule number one for tonight, if you don't have to go outside, please don't. Stay indoors. Another thing I want to reiterate to you is if you do happen to spin out, your vehicle is in an accident, please be aware if you get outside your vehicle, because the chances are someone else could also spin out on that same patch of ice in your general direction, and the last thing you want to do is get hit again. Now, David Glenn is standing by. He's got a look at our temperatures tonight, and those are going to show you just how quickly these roads could refreeze.
Exactly, Jason. Thank you very much. And a lot of